Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On a Heater Podcast featuring myself, Dashing, as well as my good friend Kiwi. We're back for another episode 26 to be exact. Pretty good to be here, feeling pretty good, despite how cold it is outside, because I am freezing. Uh, you
Literal
know,
ice outside.
quite literally. I think I almost slipped walking to my car after work. As usual, we're two idiots blundering on us about sports. Kiwi, how are you today?
Look, I got that post snap grog, but otherwise I'm all right.
Not too bad. Not too bad. An interesting light week, it felt like, for
Yeah.
sports. I mean, honestly, I gotta say, after the last few weeks, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
I think between NBA being on break, football being over, NHL being on break,
baseball getting ramped
baseball
up,
just starting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the recipe for a light week, I suppose. It's gonna be busy here soon with the NHL trade deadline coming up.
NHL trade deadline, NBA coming back, NFL free agency, Major League Baseball starting up.
Draft preparation for the NFL as well.
I don't know if we ever wanted to dive into it, and I guess I should just ask you after or before we record, but how are you feeling about March Madness this year? Do you watch March Madness?
I haven't watched March Madness since I was a young lad.
Well, shit, son. Maybe it's time we create some brackets, but
I would be down to do a bracket.
I think that'd be fun. I mean, we could probably just say like who our bracket winners are. We don't have to cover like all fucking 1,000 games that there are.
Right.
But anyway, that said, let's jump right in. We got some baseball news coming hot and at you. The Yankees are extending Boone. What are the specs of the deal? Do you know?
I didn't even see.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it.
All right. Because honestly, I don't hate that. It looks like it's through 2027. I don't see a number, but honestly, I don't hate it. I mean, he's been doing all right.
It just came through before we started recording, so I don't know if everything's out yet on it.
Quite literally, I see that. I don't hate that for the Yankees. I mean, good for them. They're keeping their manager. I honestly thought they were gonna can him, but I guess getting to the World Series probably offsets that, huh?
Yeah, I'd say so, especially since you're picked up off of a final year option for that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I don't see anything on the money wise side of it. But.
Okay. Well, speaking of the Yankees, how about their arch rivals? Are we restarting the beef? Because it seems like there's some beef going on already. The Boston Red Sox signed Alex Bregman, as we all know, because we reported it last week. However, some details came out that Bregman's agent really screwed over the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, so Bregman's agent is Scott Boras, for those who didn't know, and the Tigers had offered Bregman a 6-year, $171.5 million contract. Boras said that wasn't good enough, basically, and gave them 2 counteroffers. The first one being 6 years, $180 million, with a opt-out after year 1. That's the important part on that one.
Okay.
And the second counteroffer was 7 years, $200 million, with no opt-out. Basically, the Tigers looked at him and said, "You're freaking insane."
Right.
And so now Bregman and Boras are forced to accept a 3-year, $120 offer with the Red Sox.
Now, look at me with a straight face and tell me that wasn't the deal the whole time. They weren't just like playing around with the Tigers trying to get
They knew there was an option somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, they absolutely knew. That deal was in for a while. You gotta know.
It just blows my mind because
they wanted to fleece the Tigers is what it was.
Yeah, but why wouldn't I? If I was Bregman, I would want to stay with the Tigers for 2 reasons. First of all, that's the team I'm already on.
Yeah.
And second of all, you see this Tigers team up and coming. you're about to be there for the next 6 years
Honestly,
and potentially make the playoffs all 6 of those years.
oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Tigers they were looking really good at the end of last year. Team of destiny.
Yeah, no, literally, quite literally. So, um, as I always say, you know, one team's mismanagement is another team's fortune. So, I'm not going to complain too much about it.
Red Sox got
But
him on a pretty good deal. So
yeah, but now that he's in Boston, there's more drama. Big surprise.
mhm.
I feel like we got a Jimmy Butler on our hands here. So as soon as he signed, the reporters asked Rafael Devers. They said, "Who's going to play third base?" And he said, "Well, I ain't giving it up." So
move over, Rafi. Move over.
And apparently, Alex Bregman doesn't like that. He wants to play third base. So
I'm sorry. If I have the choice between Rafi Devers and Alex Bregman, it's Alex Bregman. I'm sorry.
well, yeah, because I know that I have a confident player if I put Devers at shortstop, right?
Right, exactly. Move over, Devers. Like, oh my god.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Devers is a fantastic player as well.
Oh, he's good. He's great in the field, but like Bregman's a better third baseman, straight down. Like,
he's a Gold Glove
literally.
winner.
Like,
so at third
what
base.
are we talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Well, let's add more fuel to the fire because
Yeah.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. is at a free agency. I really want the Sox to sign him.
I do too.
I
want him
really,
so bad.
really want him to sign him.
So the Blue Jays announced there will not be a contract extension for him. This is a hot market item.
This is gonna be a sweepstakes type player. This is, I mean, not to like the level of Juan Soto, you know, the wheel and deal, wine and dine. It's not gonna be that heavy, but there are going to be a lot of suitors for Vlad Jr.
So, is this the Blue Jays committing to a rebuild here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been a rebuild since their inception, but yeah, sure.
Hey, they had a couple good years in there in the early 2000s. That was about it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sorry, Jays fans. Not sorry though.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So obviously the leading contenders are the Dodgers, the Mets, and then probably the Red Sox, to be honest. So
the Red Sox have been, rumored to go after him for a long time.
Yeah, I think we did in the fall. There was a rumor about potential trade or something like that the Red Sox were trying to do. So it would be hilarious if that happens, because then that means that Toronto really just fumbled the bag and didn't get anything for him at all.
Exactly. But typical Toronto gameplay is, am I right?
Yeah.
You
guys have a half decent hockey team.
One of my favorite things that Major League Baseball is doing, and one of the best things that they did is the pitch clock. I hate people who say the pitch clock sucks, because it's the greatest thing ever. I think it is fantastic. My next complaint is being addressed. The electronic strike zone. Down with human umpires. They suck. They're terrible. You can see me pounding my fist. I have been calling for electric strike zones for years with Major League Baseball, and finally they're testing it. They're putting it in there. They're putting it out there. I'm so ready. I am so ready. They finally are getting to the future. Baseball is becoming palatable again. Oh, they're catching up, Kiwi. Oh, they're catching up.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see how they play this out. Like, is it going to adjust based off of the height of the batter? Is it going to be consistent the whole time?
It should adjust.
You know, is it going to adjust per pitcher?
Maybe it might be off. It might be either pitcher or batter, because it's like torso to knee, right? Like upper torso to knee.
Yeah, it's basically like nipple to knee.
Yeah. So I mean, and guys are different heights. So my guess is it's either based off of the catcher or it's based off the batter. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm excited. I'm ready. I've been don't get me started.
Yeah, this will be interesting, and obviously, like the MLB has the luxury of having all of spring training to test this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
which is great for them. Please test more things in spring training that can actually make the game better.
exactly.
And speaking of that, the spring training game started today. It was Cubs Dodgers.
Cubs Dodgers, yeah.
Cubs Dodgers, and the Cubs actually won the first ever strike zone challenge today.
Good for them.
So neat little
Cool.
piece of history right there. Can challenge balls and strikes. Finally, I've been calling for that for a long time.
I mean, I'm good. Spring training. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean it's spring training, but
yeah,
obviously, if this carries over into the regular season, it will be a good thing, in my opinion, at least.
it's the first spring training game, though.
and
and we both know how stacked up that Dodgers team is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Their spring training first game of the year starters are probably the quality of the game 120 Cubs players. So
I was gonna say like the regular season White Sox or something.
Dodgers AAA team is better than the regular season Chicago Cubs.
It's true.
I think that about wraps us up for baseball. So
yeah.
Moving into football and kind of sticking with the free agents lottery here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Myles Garrett on the trade lottery, and we got Trey Smith on the free agency lottery.
Both of these guys, oh my god, they're gonna be sought after. I've been seeing so many rumors. You've been sending me rumors. I honestly don't know where both of these guys are gonna end up. Like, I've been seeing the Commanders, the Bears, the Eagles, like even the Cowboys are in on this. It's like it just seems everybody's in on Myles Garrett and Trey Smith. This is gonna be a bloodbath. And
frankly,
King's
why
ransom.
wouldn't you be in
no,
on
literally.
these two players?
These
are two
good.
of the best players in the league.
And it's insane that they're free agents and up for trade. Insane.
Yeah. Like you said, the Bears are heavy favorites for both of these. They are the favorite for Trey Smith.
Yeah. Yep. I saw
they
that.
were the favorite for him before Kansas City even announced that they weren't signing him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they were the favorite over Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So, Myles Garrett, I don't know how old these odds are now. They were from yesterday, but plus 300 for the Commanders, plus 450 for the Eagles, plus 500 to stay with the Browns. I'm gonna say that one you can just throw out. I really don't think
he's not staying.
550 for the Bills, 650 for the Lions, 900 for the Bears. So
he's gonna go to a contender. He's gonna go to an immediate contender because that's what he wants. Now,
the only side note to that,
yep,
and I would even argue that we aren't necessarily a contender. I don't know about immediate, but he was quoted that he is very much it's very appealing what's going on in Chicago.
Because I said this to you yesterday. I was like, Ben Johnson skyrocketed your stocks in Chicago. Like,
oh yeah.
In insane amounts, like young quarterback, young team, young coaching staff,
and our defense is always good.
Exactly,
we can slot them right in.
It looks great. It looks great in Chicago, but let's see how it plays out. If you
you
get a player like Myles Garrett and Trey Smith, though,
I think we win the division. I'm gonna be honest.
It's gonna be insane.
Like as long as Caleb puts in the work this offseason, and if we get these two players, I think we win the division.
Plus the draft, you're gonna get a draft slot. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We just need to land one good receiver too.
Speaking of the NFC North.
Yeah, no kidding. So Aiden Hutchinson put out a video this week of him running. He's back.
He's an animal.
His legs feeling good. He's an animal. We knew that. He's a monster. And he's already the predicted favorite for Defensive Player of the Year and comeback player of the year for next year.
Can you imagine if he gets both?
He's gonna get both.
Yeah.
He's gonna win these.
If he plays,
He was gonna be the defensive player of the year this year already.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And everybody knew that like 4 weeks in.
No
which
kidding.
Is crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's because he was devouring people. If he didn't get hurt, oh my god, the Lions would probably have won the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you.
They would have had a good chance. That pressure on Jaden Daniels would have been insane.
Mm-hmm.
Staying with Detroit, they have hired David Shaw as their pass game coordinator. And Jameson Williams, we reported this in the fall with the traffic stop and the gun and everything with that. There's not going to be any extra discipline for that. So
I guess
everything kind of got smoothed over there. Yeah, I think we said that probably nothing was going to come out of it. But I think the cop got fired.
I think so.
But yeah. And congratulations, Rio, Brazil.
Great team.
You got a great team. You got the Chargers for next year.
Yep.
So the NFL really started off these announcements with the worst teams and then continued to just ramp it up.
I think they just decided that, hey, if we start with like the worst teams, they'll have low expectations. So when we start giving them the good ones, they'll be like,
they're going to be like, oh, crap.
Oh, the NFL actually knows what they're doing. Oh, shit.
So obviously excited to see who these matchups are going to be for all of these games. I would assume there's once the schedule gets released,
probably some divisional games. I imagine probably some divisional games.
Who did it was Jets Packers? It was Packers who in Rio last year?
Packers Eagles.
Yes, because there was the issue with the green.
Yeah.
Packers Eagles, and the Eagles wore their blackouts.
Yep.
So not a divisional there, but
no, not a divisional, but a conference game. So I mean, I guess
could see maybe like Chargers.
I could like
Chargers
feel
Bill. Chargers Bills would be insane.
Chargers Bills would cook. Oh my god. Yeah, give it to me. Chargers Bills in Brazil. Whew. Oh my god. Whew. But NFL salary cap is predicted to go up. It's going from 255.4 million in 2024. It is predicted to go between 277.5 to 281.5 million. And you know who we can thank for this? Our Lord and Savior Taylor Swift for driving up product margins 25%.
I was wondering where you were going with that. That is hilarious. Thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for your halftime performance. This is a huge jump.
That's a big jump.
$25 million basically. That's Trey Smith to the Bears.
Oh yeah.
Quite literally.
And that's Myles Garrett's contract on the back end.
Right. No kidding. So
like, yeah, no, absolutely.
Thank you, NFL, for always having the highest ratings out of everybody.
Yeah. A little shift of gear a little bit here. The break-ins that all the quarterbacks and players that we're dealing with last year, 7 people charged so far from the break-ins last year. Good. Yes, number 1, good. They fucking deserve it. Number 2, I saw somewhere that they figured out who it was because of like photography, like AI photography, like from pictures and stuff like that. They analyzed the pictures. Don't quote me on any of this. I saw this on Twitter, so I have no idea if it's true. But they analyzed the pictures and were able to figure out who did it, basically, is what I saw.
Well, I mean, that's just how that technology works, isn't it?
Is pretty much nowadays, for sure. Yeah. Like
face recognition, body recognition, stuff like that. They basically just piece the person together.
No, literally. But I honestly, good. Fuck them. They deserve it.
Good. No, they deserve it. I don't know if they caught the person that broke into freaking Malkin's house yet or not.
Oh my god.
But, hopefully they continue to stay on this and keep charging people, because I guarantee you it's more than 7 people.
Oh, absolutely more than
I
7
guarantee
people.
it's more than 7 people. So, speaking of hockey, but nothing to do with Malkin, McAvoy injured at Four Nations. Did you see all the news on this?
I
This was
did.
crazy.
It was kind of
So
nuts.
he gets a shoulder joint injury that needed surgery. So he got surgery on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a minor surgery. It wasn't anything huge. He goes home from Four Nations because he's not going to be able to play again. Goes home and he's like starting to feel really weird. So he goes back to the hospital a couple of days later. He's got this huge infection in the surgery site. Like, basically, like, if he wouldn't have went in, like, he could have lost his arm.
Yeah.
So they go in, they clean him out, like, they're monitoring him. I guess he's good, he's improving now, but like, crazy, scary situation.
Insane.
Not what the Bruins would have needed at all.
Not what he needed.
It's going to be like one of your only defensemen here coming up soon, it feels like.
No kidding.
But yeah, wow. Just glad he's okay. Jeez, that was scary for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this, I think, last week, if not the week before. Braden Shen was on the trade rumor.
Yep.
He says he has no intention of leaving, and he hasn't been asked to waive his no trade yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would expect to see him. The Blues lineup is just hot on the trade talks in general. We got Shen on there, we got Buchnevich on there as always, and
unless they try to trade him someplace that's like cup favorite.
So that's what so that's what I think they're looking at, and Doug Armstrong's asking a really like almost insane high price for him, obviously. And if teams want him, they're gonna pay it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would imagine.
So the favorites for him right now, even though they like basically nothing has been going forward the favorites for this right now are the Maple Leafs and the Golden Knights.
It probably won't happen.
The rumored trade for the Leafs is for Matthew Nyes.
Okay. Anyways,
that's the high price that Doug Armstrong is asking.
I'm aware, but that's not happening.
The Leafs have done crazier things.
It's true.
It's lose to the Bruins in the first round every year.
Well, that's just that's a curse.
Mike Lang passes at 76, longtime Penguins announcer. So thoughts out to that organization there. And a little Four Nations catch up to wrap us out here.
Oof.
USA Canada tonight.
Part 2.
Championship game.
Part 2.
Was Finland Sweden? Did Finland Sweden have is there a third place game? Or were they just done?
I think they're just done. I don't think they had a game.
Check real quick.
No, it doesn't look like they did. I think it's just done.
Oh wait, no, they played yesterday, didn't they?
No, I don't have anything on the schedule.
Am I crazy? Am I a psycho?
I think so. I'd say probably, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's no third place game. Kind of weird.
Seems like they should probably have one, but
I know, I feel like just as a formality there should have been one, but yeah, US Canada in Boston tonight. It's gonna be crazy.
You know,
be crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, they probably didn't do a third place game because US had 6 points, Canada had 5, Sweden had 5, and then Finland had 2. So
yeah,
they were probably just like, well, sorry, Finland. pretty clear cut.
Did you know that before? Well, I mean, yes and no, because before Monday's games, did you know Finland still had a chance to go to the?
Oh yeah,
to the championship game. It would have had to been so. Finland would have had to win, and then the Sweden USA game would have had to end in regulation. Or wait. No, overtime. Would have had to end in overtime. I think, or something like that. But
Well,
I'm glad it wasn't a complete blowout the whole tournament. Finland, sorry that, I mean, you were the underdogs coming into this.
Big time.
You held your own. But
Not
yeah.
too bad. Not too bad. Who you got? U.S. Canada. 8 p.m. tonight.
I have Canada.
All right, I'll take the U.S. on that. Take the U.S.
I think Canada surprises here.
Okay.
All right, and rounding us out into the old basketball. Bobby Portis suspended 25 games, tested positive for tramadol abuse.
That's a long time. It's a
25 games is a lot. I mean,
time.
that's straight up the rest of the season, basically. I think. Yeah, actually, it is the rest of the season, I think.
It's pretty dang close. I think he's going to come back right before the playoffs start. If anything.
Oh, how convenient. So, Ja Morant trade is not happening, as opposed to all the rumors that he was being traded. The GM said, absolutely not. Get away from my player.
Not surprised. He's not going to...
I'm not surprised, because he's very good, so why would you want to trade him? Well, why would you want to trade Luka? But here we are. We live in this era of the NBA. And big news coming out of San Antonio.
Oh, this is actually a big one. So, Wemby out for the season with blood clots. And I made this joke a little while ago, and I got it completely wrong because I completely forgot the Kings existed. De'Aaron Fox went from the best player on the Kings to the best player on the Spurs like that this season. And man, this is a massive blow to a team that was like fighting for a play-in spot. It felt like they geared up by getting De'Aaron Fox. Now what? Wemby's done for the season. Like,
yeah, they were definitely going to be making a push here, and now I think they're going to be making a push for draft order
lottery
for lottery. So. Yeah, this is tough. They did say it's an isolated issue for these blood clots, though, so that's good.
Yeah, it's in his right shoulder. I think I saw. So, like, that's not
shoulder injuries.
That's not the greatest spot to get any sort of injury or even blood clots, for that matter. So, I really hope this doesn't turn into anything long term for him, and that they can get it cleared up real quick.
Yeah, give him some blood thinners. Give him some rest. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of injuries, AD still out at least 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Mavs are done.
I mean, they've won their last 2 games, so like,
I think the Mavs are done.
Okay.
I think the Mavs are done.
Hands up. Yeah.
But no, sure. I mean, it's not looking good for him. So, this one I thought was hilarious. I had to put this in here. KD told NBA fans, okay, you all think that the All-Star game was a failure this year? Well, then go watch the NHL.
Okay.
Thanks, KD.
Thanks
for the free publicity for the NHL.
I'm actually going to talk about this in a few sections down. We're going to come back to this.
Also, have you been seeing all this stuff about KD? Because that documentary came out for the Olympics, I think.
Yeah.
He was apparently like so emotional the whole time and everything. Like, it meant a lot to him.
He is a very emotional guy.
Dude, KD is a genuine human being and should be appreciated by all. And honestly, if you think anything less of KD, go to hell.
He's funny because like he is really just a dude that plays basketball really freaking good. But he is just a dude. and people
No,
just
he's literally
really
just
go
a
at him.
dude, and he's just a dude, and he's so talented. He doesn't deserve the hate. Like, he's just a guy living his life playing basketball.
Literally, and people just love to shit on him, and he just like he's looking at Twitter like a lot and stuff like that. So it's like, people
He loves roasting
constantly.
people back and
Oh my
everything. Like,
God.
he's just a dude.
He's
Just
just
let
a
him be a
bro.
guy.
Yeah, he's just a bro.
Staying with Phoenix, over the All-Star break, Phoenix did take down the Footprint Arena sign off of the front. They will be holding the interim name of PHX Arena until 2027 when they sell the rights.
Good. Okay. Sure.
That'd be cool. I'm always interested to see what it ends up being,
Yeah.
You got a freaking
It'll be
what
like
is it now?
Chase
Rate Field in Chicago
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
White
yeah.
Sox. It was guaranteed. Right now it's just Rate Field.
Yeah. It'll be
Or
like
guaranteed, whatever the hell it is.
Chase Clark Arena or something like that.
Caitlin Clark Arena.
Uh,
And this one's for you, buddy.
I like that.
I don't know if you saw this state of the city address here, but the mayor of Seattle made a little joke about the Supersonics. He said
he wants them. He wants them.
said I have some big news, and then he pulled out a basketball out from behind the podium, and then he goes, "Just kidding, I wanted a break," and he put it back under the podium. So read into that how much you want.
It's probably
He might not have been kidding.
It's probably happening with all the news of like expansion. I think it's coming. I think it's in the works.
I think you see Supersonics back, and I think the 32nd team is Vegas.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, but that does
Kinda
it
wraps us
for the sports side of it. I
Nice
have a
and
this
easy.
or that for you this week.
Oh boy.
This or that making its return for the second week in a row. This one is spicy.
I'm ready.
This or that this week is going to be who is going to do or have the most value with their first round pick this year.
Okay.
So first off, we're going to start up in Chi-Town. We got the Blackhawks with the second overall pick before the lottery, obviously, and the 24th overall pick versus the Bears with number 10.
See, this is a tough one because lottery in the NHL, I've talked about this before, you can end up with a complete, it almost doesn't matter. It's almost like Major League Baseball, I feel like sometimes. The NHL draft is such a crapshoot of like, oh, I could draft a generational talent in like the fucking 4th round every single year and it wouldn't matter. So it's very, very strange because, like, I mean, if there is a guy that is a generational talent, it's pretty well known and that he's going to go in like number 1 or number 2. It's kind of like basketball in the same vein, and baseball. But football, you know who the top guys are coming out of college. You know what position they're in. You know where they're going to go in the draft. I'm going to say the Bears.
All right, that's fair. The Bears have a lot of options for their drafts this year.
They do.
It's a good tackle year. It's a good running back year.
Yeah. A lot of value.
So, a lot of options there. I would have to agree. See, I put this on here because the Blackhawks have 2, and they have the higher pick out of them and the Bears. But like you said, the Bears, the football picks are a little more predictable usually.
Mm-hmm.
So
Safe bet.
Now this one is where it gets spicy. We have the Nashville Predators at 3 before lottery.
Yeah.
We have the Tennessee Titans at numero 1.
Easy. Predators. Next. Easy. You think
Titans are gonna waste their pick?
You think I trust the Tennessee Titans after icon moment that they gave us all year? Mr.
Will Levis.
Mr. Like, like you think for a moment I'm going to trust that team? Sorry, Titans fans. Not sorry, Titans fans.
It's fair. It's fair. Actually, this is going to be a really interesting one to come back to. So I'm going to make sure I write this one down for sure.
I'm ready to get flamed for that one next season. Get flamed.
All right. And for the final one, I have a little 3-piece because I wanted to throw the third team in here. Coming out of New York, we have the Islanders at 12 currently. Obviously, these hockey ones are yet to be finalized.
Right.
The Giants at 3 and the Jets at 7.
Another easy one. Give me the Islanders. You're giving me two shitbag programs, the Giants and the Jets, that consistently make errors with their drafting, with their free agents, with their teams in general. The Jets literally had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean,
And Devontae
Adams. They also had a pretty stacked defense, if you ask me, and their
defense kept them in games.
they still. Let's fire our coach. And then the Giants,
let's fire our offensive coordinator. Let's fire our passing game coach. Let's fire our quarterback.
Loser teams will always do loser things, and the Giants, the Jets, and the Titans are losers. I'm ready to be flamed. Give me the Islanders.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. I would have thrown the Rangers in this, but the Rangers, they already have their value for their first-round pick this year, and it's JT Miller.
Yep.
So I think if I had thrown them in here, they were the easy win for that.
That was slam dunk.
So, but yeah, that's this or that for this week.
This or that for this week, and now it's time for our On a Heater hot takes of the week. I know, Kiwi, you had one, but you lost it into the ether. Right when it mattered most, he vanished. Just like the Avatar. Anyway, my On a Heater hot take, though, maybe not even really a hot take. Going back to KD's comments, you think the NBA All-Star Game sucked? Go watch Four Nations. Thank you, I will. Now, the NBA, please get rid of these goofy-ass games. Get rid of these shenanigans. Get rid of these, it's Team Shaq versus blah, 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 blah. It's Team Wrestler. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't want to watch it. I'm not watching it. I didn't watch it. I put like $3 down on the 3-point contest and the dunk contest because I voted on it. Not voted, but put money on it last week. So that's why I watched it last week. But I only watched those two things, and I didn't even watch them live. I watched YouTube videos of replays. I don't need to see that. Give me a Four Nations style NBA where we're taking nations and players and putting them together, making a pseudo Olympics. I need it. The NHL Four Nations killed it. NBA could kill this specifically because of how well they do with diversity in their league. But not only that, Four Nations, is what it is. It's just making up of NHL players. But the NBA doesn't need to just allow NBA guys from all these nations because predominantly it is, Americans that are in the NBA. They're save the foreign all-stars, but there's nothing that says we can't allow other, far leagues to just say you're doing this international friendly competition with the NBA. Do you know how much more eyes that would get if you do that? Oh my god. All
right. This isn't my initial hot take that I still lost. Hopefully I can redeem that for next week. But while you were talking about that, I did have this idea because I saw this in the news. But the Amazon Prime, jeez, my throat. Hold on a second. Sorry, everybody.
He's dying.
Okay. Anyways, Amazon Prime and Prime Video announced earlier today, if not earlier in the week, that they will be partnering with the city of Detroit to carry all Red Wings, Tigers, and Pistons games for $20 a month.
That's not bad.
So yeah, that's not bad at all.
Pretty good.
Obviously, that gets more value kind of in the fall, winter when you got more than one sport going on at the same time. But hello, it's right there. NBA, NHL,
It's right
shoot,
there.
even the MLB.
It's right there, guys.
Amazon wants you.
And Amazon's good. Amazon's good at live streaming.
I fully believe in my heart that from the Amazon Face-Off series last year, the Inside the Four Nations that they just released, which I need to go and watch.
I need to see that.
That they just released, and now something like this with Detroit,
it's gonna be good.
I fully believe that
if you want,
might be working on a deal with Amazon.
If you want your league to get eyes on your teams, this is where you do it. This is how you do it. Amazon Prime has been so good. And I mean, Amazon is what it is. You know, whatever you think about Amazon is what you think about it. But what they've done with Thursday Night Football games has been so clean. Like, I actually like watching Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. You know what also I love about it? It's live on Twitch. It's live on Twitch. Mm-hmm. You can literally see the chat, and they're all shit talking each other because it's amazing like that. And it's the cesspool. It's a cesspool of sports events are. But like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can watch it on Amazon Prime, or you can watch it on Twitch. There's two ways that you can watch it for almost literally free. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal.
It's not, Batman. This is what cements you. Do this, no blackouts.
No blackouts.
And I guarantee Amazon will let you do that. They will pay the money.
Do you know how
to cover the blackout costs?
Do you know how many more people you will get with a $20 subscription? Oh.
And now is the time to do it. You have the whole you have all of North America looking at the NHL right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many videos this week of people being like, am I a hockey fan now? Do I love hockey now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Everybody should love it. It's the best sport in the freaking country.
It's really
so
good.
High energy.
It's on the up. It's on the up and up.
And oh my gosh, just do it. Do it. And also, if it's beneficial, go to the 3-2-1 point system, please, like you're doing in Four Nations, please. Thank you. I think that's a little side note
run,
there.
A test run, if you will.
Oh, this definitely is a test run. Yeah. If this results in more teams being in the playoff fight for longer, this is a good thing. Do it. If it does the opposite, keep it how it is.
Yep.
More teams in the playoff hunt, more viewers, more money.
Exactly. But that brings us to our DraftKings sports bets of the week. Not sponsored, sponsorish DraftKings, please.
Please.
My only bet, I put one bet this week. I have a 4-leg parlay. I'm psychotic, I know. Plus 58,140 for this bet, mind you. I did see this online, so I cannot take credit fully for this, but Aaron Judge, AL MVP, Juan Soto, NL MVP, Paul Skeens, NL Cy Young, and Garrett Crochet, AL Cy Young.
It's spicy. I wonder what it would be if you swap Juan Soto for Ohtani and you swap Crochet for Skubal.
I could take a look. I'll take a look.
Because that would be more along the lines of my...
Probably, yeah.
Like a run it back from last year, basically.
I don't know that it'll happen, which is why I was like, all right, I can go with Crochet. Because, like, I was looking at some of his numbers and I was like, ooh. looking pretty good. So, I mean, I know Skeens will be in the conversation, Judge will be in the conversation, Soto will be in the conversation. So, I think my only miss here is Crochet, if anything, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. Honestly, don't forget your NL Cy Young could be different too.
Yeah.
If Mr. Shohei pitches.
Oh, yes. Yep.
But for my bets of the week, I got a spicy Miles Garrett's next team, Chicago Bears plus 1100. I unfortunately took it earlier this week at plus 900.
He's foolish.
I wish I would have waited a little bit longer. But alas, I took it yesterday at 900 actually. That was yesterday.
Wow.
No wait. No, that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was at work when I took it. It was Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, I'm going to be crazy happy and I'm going to win a little money off of it. And my second bet is the Canucks to beat the Golden Knights Saturday plus 142. I don't know if Quinn Hughes is back. If he's back, this is definitely going to hit. If he's not back, I don't know about all that. So take this one with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I don't hate it. The Garrett one makes me laugh.
Yeah. Anyway, who's going to be laughing whenever the Bears sign him?
Hey, yeah, me and you.
I think that's about all from us today. So I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah, and be sure check us out. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Prime, wherever you watch, listen. The huge. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe where applicable.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
Yeah, we're done rambling, so be free.